Hi, this is Jodi. Thanks for joining me today. I'm going to show you a quick and creative card using the stamp set Perfect Pennants with the banner framelits from the Occasions catalog. Now what you need to pay attention to is that, like many things in the Occasions catalog, there is a bundle and save square up here. So you can purchase the stamp set or the framelits separately, but if you choose to purchase them together, you'll get a 15% savings. Whether it's wood mount or clear mount, there's a bundle price right here. So I am going to move some things here and go ahead and get started with this card. The card base is 8.5 inches by 5.5 inches, and this is Strawberry Slush cardstock. And then I have a piece of black cardstock that is 3.25 inches by 4.5 inches. I'm going to use my snail adhesive and go ahead and attach that right in the center of this card. Now my next layer is this piece of gold foil paper. You can see that it's got a shine to it, but what I'm going to do before I attach it is put some texture on this, and this is going to totally change the look of this foil paper. It's so fun to do. This is the Chevron embossing folder, and I'm going to just open this up, place my card foil paper right there. Oops, let me just straighten it a little bit so our chevrons aren't crooked. Okay, and then I'll set it on my Big Shot between my cutting pads and crank this through. And you'll see what a difference this makes. So it was that flat piece. When I open up my folder, you can see that awesome embossed look on there, and just it's so dynamic with the foil paper. It really makes a huge difference on this card. I'm going to scoot this aside for just a moment because I'll need to use it again with some framelits, but I want to continue getting this put together. So I'm going to go ahead and add my snail adhesive to the back here. This piece, by the way, is 3 inches by 4.25, and that will layer right on the top there. This pennant was made with the Perfect Pennants framelits. I'm sorry, the banner framelits. The Perfect Pennants are the stamp set that I'm using. So right here you can see all the different size pennants that come with that framelit set. This I'm going to attach to the card using some of our Stampin Dimensionals. So I'll just put one of those in each corner and then just peel the backings off. They're so staticky right now. Okay, and I'll just set this in the center of that gold foil paper. This is the Make-A-Wish stamp out of the Perfect Pennant stamp set, some scrap white cardstock, and I'm going to use my black StazOn ink. So I'll tap the stamp firmly on the ink pad, and then just in the center, generally, of the white scrap. Oh, there seems to be something on there, so let me get that off with my fingernail, and we will flip this over and try again. If you've never had to do that before, you are super expert stamper. I do that very often, so you always have at least 2 shots. If you don't like the way the first one turns out, flip it over and try again. This one's much better, so we'll stick with this one. Okay, so now I'm going to pull the Big Shot back in. This time though, I'm going to switch out my platform. This is the regular platform that comes with it that I use for embossing. I'm going to set that aside and grab my magnetic platform. So that will go down, then a cutting pad, my cardstock, and you'll notice this is quite crooked on here, which is totally fine because my framelit, raised edge down, is going to line up right over it, and I can center it using the framelit. So I don't have to worry about centering it on the cardstock. I'll set the other cutting pad on top very carefully and crank this through. And that just pops it right out for me, so I can just push it out like that. Set this aside again, and now I'll use my regular snail adhesive on this banner and attach it right on top of the Strawberry Slush banner that I cut out ahead of time. Okay, so super fun, quick and creative card. One last thing I want to do to really make the gold on this card pop. This is some of our gold sequins, and I'm going to take some and just cut about here. I want to add that right across the top of that layer. So I'm going to just scoot it up. There's a variety of ways that you can attach the sequins. You can use some of our Tombow glue that comes with the green top on the bottle. I'm just going to use some glue dots for this project today. So I'm just lining up some glue dots across the top of this layer, and then I'll just press the sequins down into that. These seem to be working well today. Sometimes glue dots, they always work well on projects, but sometimes it's hard to get them off of your fingers and onto the project. So I'll just lift these up again, and like I said, just kind of smash them down into the glue dots. And you can always go back and add more glue dots if you need to. So the gold sequins on there just really sets it off. This card is so pretty in person. I wish you could see it in person. Feel free to give it a try with the gold foil paper and gold sequins. Thanks so much for watching. For daily creative inspiration, visit my blog or find me on Facebook at Jodi Reinert Stamps.